Hey guys, Derek Blue Collar Chess. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I like to use Blitz games to work on my openings. So I've been learning the Sicilian Najdorf. I hardly ever get it. So when I do, so when I do actually get somebody who plays into the Open Sicilian, and I get a chance to play it, I do like to look at it. So first off, so from this screen, I you can put this in a study, right? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn on your engine, because I'm talking about just the opening here. I'm not talking about the analysis of a game or a position. So it's okay to have your opening on, or your engine on rather. And the other thing I like to put on is you go down here to this little book icon. You can barely see it. I kind of cut it off with OBS, and I decided not to fix it. Anyway, so you can go on. You press that, and you get the master's database, you get the lead chess database, and you get your own database, right? So I'm just going to go through the first few moves here. So the Najdorf is from this position right here. And this is not an opening video in the sense that I'm teaching you moves. I don't like to do those. I think they're trendy. I think they're, and honestly, I don't think they're that particularly helpful. So it's not something that I'm going to do. So anyway, so from this position, I have quite a few in a separate study where I am actually looking at the Najdorf. So what I'm trying to accomplish with my Blitz games is I'm just trying to get the positions that I've already analyzed and decide that I wanted to play. The problem is I don't get to see these positions that often, so I kind of forget how to get into them, transpose into them, blah, blah, blah. So I have to play these Blitz games. I don't have to, but I play these Blitz games to get the volume. So hopefully I'll see some of these positions from time to time. So right away, my opponent played bishop to d3. I have looked at this. I couldn't remember it during the game. But when I was going over the Najdorf, I had noticed that I can play e5 against almost everything except for bishop g5, which you can do it against that too. I just don't like it against that variation. And bishop to e3, I just prefer knight g4. You can certainly play e5. I think in that position too. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not an opening theoretician. I'm a class B player who likes to play chess. So, anyways, so I knew against bishop d3, I could probably play e5. So I didn't even think about it too much. I just played e5, right? Okay, so when I was going over this game, I saw that in this position, actually, I'll show you that real quick. So e5 is the top move. The second top move is g6, and you have got, the computer says g6 and e5, equally good. Queen c7 also being a decent enough move to play. Knight c6 is a move. Okay, so there are moves that, there are plenty of moves for both white and black to play here. Well, one of the problems with the Najdorf, I like it because it kind of gives variety to the game. But I did like the idea of g6. So I left myself a note, and I go, if I want to avoid the preceding complications with knight f5, I can fiend shadow and play it like a dragon. That was before I realized how simple knight f5 really is. So during the game, I didn't know what to do, right? So that led me to write the note like that. Honestly, g6 would just be another way to play this position, and I'm going to make a note of it, and I may play it someday. So back to the actual game, and I also looked at the main lines a little bit, just to kind of refresh myself. I typically tend to spend more time on the main lines and these little these little weird offshoots. But this guy played this, so knight f5, and this is I guess technically this is a main line too, or it's a pretty popular line. On Lee Chess, on Lee Chess there was 3,000 games played from the next position. So it's telling me I'm at least going to see it. And so why I think it's important is because I misplayed it. I played g6 here, right? I played g6 to kick the knight, thinking it was fine, and it's not bad. As you can see, plus 0.6 is not a losing, advantage for white. So But if I play bishop takes f5, now I didn't see it during the game, but after the game, during analysis, you know, this pawn takes, and I can immediately see right now d5 is the right move. As you can see, these are all the squares that it controls. You have all the space behind the pawns to maneuver your pieces, so you have a space advantage. Now, I still don't 100% know exactly what to do from this position, so what I'm going to do, I have some notes there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this position specifically and put it into my my Najdorf study, and then I'm going to look at this position just so I kind of have an idea of how to play it. So I'm going to analyze this position on my own and with a computer, just so that I can get a feel for it. But during the game, I didn't see this, but after the game, during the analysis, I can see how good just taking the knight is, right? I mean, they definitely are probably going to get some sort of pawn storm there, but for the most part, I mean, I would say you're probably okay. In my study, what I'm going to do is probably look at master games. So Lichess has a few games, but as you can see, there are master games, and white is winning. The computer says you're doing fine. So you're going to have to look at these games and see what happened and what's going on. So, yeah, guys. So that's how I use Blitz games. Just for the opening part, I use Blitz games for other stuff. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of a series, maybe 1 or 2 more videos explaining what I like to use Blitz games for. Again, just to recap, what we got out of this was a refresher on your opening, okay, first off. And you got a little bit of a strategic plan, okay, or even lesson if you want to view it like that. Now, I do think it helps if you can understand what the computer's trying to show you. It helps if you can just understand the position for sure. So if you can't do those things, doing this with a coach, and, you know, honestly, just a little bit of a side note here. I think if you have a coach that doesn't think Blitz games are useful, at least for this, then he's kind of a funky coach. I think we've all kind of accepted that at this point, end games are relatively useful, and yeah, so, all right. Again, this is Derek Blue Collar Chess. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you find some value of why you would want to do this with your own openings. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later.